Good evening. Good evening. At this time, we ask that you please find your seats as our programs will begin in 5 minutes. Please do not stand on the fence line in front of the bleachers as you are blocking the view for others. For your information, emergency exits are at both ends of the stadium. At the conclusion of the program, please exit out of the north gate. Entering the turf is not permitted. Restrooms are located at the concession stand in the north end of the stadium. A friendly reminder as we wait for the arrival of our graduates. We ask that the audience remain seated until all graduates have been announced and exited the stadium. Please noise volume in all areas to a minimum so everyone can hear. And finally, please turn all cell phones to silent. At this time, we ask that the audience please stand as our graduates are entering the stadium. everyone please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem by our very own Lake Forest High School Chorus.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Sorry about that. You may now be seated, graduates you included. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the commencement ceremony for the Lake Forest High School class of 2026. Let's give everybody a big round of applause. I am the proud principal of Lake Forest High School, Dr. Angeline Rivello. And joining me on stage this evening are Mrs. Jessica Leone and Mr. Coleman Morris, assistant principals of Lake Forest High School. If you want to clap for them, you can. We are honored to welcome you tonight as we celebrate this amazing graduating class. It is truly a privilege to stand before you and share in this unforgettable moment. Thank you to the parents, guardians, families, and loved ones that have joined us tonight. Spartans, you did not get here alone. For every graduate sitting here tonight, there are people who encouraged you, supported you, sacrificed for you, and believed in you, even on the days you didn't believe in yourself. Tonight is their celebration too. Graduates, would you please stand, wave to your families and loved ones, and thank them for everything they have done for you. I also also want to thank our teachers, counselors, coaches, paraprofessionals, custodians, secretaries, cafeteria workers, and staff for everything you do for our students each and every day. Thank you as well to our Board of Education and our Superintendent, Dr. Stephen Lucas, who have also joined us on stage this evening, and the entire Central Business Office team for their continued support of Lake Forest High School. Class of 2026, over the past few weeks, we have celebrated your accomplishments and your future plans, college acceptances, military commitments, careers, trades, athletics, scholarships, and all the exciting opportunities that lie ahead of you. But tonight, I want to talk to you about something more than your accomplishments. I want to talk to you about the kind of people you choose to become. One of the things I have learned during my time in this community is just how supportive Lake Forest truly is. And that spirit is reflected so clearly in this graduating class. These Spartans cheer for each other, they support each other, and they celebrate each other, and they celebrate each other's accomplishments. That kindness and encouragement matters. This past December, while completing my doctorate degree, I was reminded that success is never about not struggling. It is about persevering through your challenges and refusing to quit on yourself. But I also learned something equally important. Success means very little if you lose your kindness along the way. One of our teachers, Dr. Smith, recently told me about a lesson she teaches each and every year about finding your why. Your why is bigger than a career, or a title, or how much money you make. It is the reason you keep going when things get hard. It is what gives your life meaning and purpose. As you leave Lake Forest High School, I hope you find your why. Live with integrity, lead with kindness, treat people with respect, work hard, persevere, chase your goals, but never believe that success is only measured by awards, titles, money, or accomplishments. True success is measured by how you treat people and the impact you have on the lives around you. Because the world does not just need successful people, it needs good people. And there is no doubt in my mind that each and every one of you has the ability to make your mark on this world. So tonight, as you walk across this stage and begin the next chapter of your lives, I want to leave you with one final thought. Be the kind of person who makes others feel valued, encouraged, and seen. If you can do that while continuing to work hard and pursue your goals and dreams, you will not only be successful, you will make the world better because you are in it. And never forget this, you will always be a Spartan for life. And you will always be welcomed back home at Lake Forest High School. Congratulations, class of 2026. We are so proud of you. And now it is my honor to welcome to the podium Mr. Rao, our school board president.
I know so many of these kids, it's awesome. So good evening, families, friends, staff, fellow Lake Forest alumni and graduates of the class of 2026. Welcome to James H. Blade Stadium, where, and I'm going to pause here because I made changes to my speech, and this is my old one. Better. It's good though. In honor of Mr. Blades, I have to ask, isn't it great to be a Spartan? My name is Jamie Rao. I'm a proud member of the class of 1993, and it's an honor to stand before you as your school board president. In 2018, I also had the privilege of delivering the president's address. It was special in 2018, but this one means even more to me, because like many of you in the audience, I'm also the proud parent of a graduating senior. Class of 2026. There we go. Congratulations, you made it. You've reached a milestone moment where you're closing the door to an incredibly memorable chapter of your life and seeing many new doors open. Some of those doors include college, the workforce, and even serving our country in the military. Most importantly, you've earned the right to choose your next door. In getting to this moment, this class has balanced academics, activities, friendships, responsibilities, late nights, early mornings, part-time jobs, and even learning all kinds of new technology and apps at seemingly every turn. You've enjoyed mega parties, holiday shops, PBS events, field trips, and maybe even Rao cupcakes. You've represented your class at pep rallies, got creative with homecoming floats, and looked way too grown up at prom. You faced challenges and adversity, but through it all, you adapted and kept moving forward. That perseverance is something that no one can take away from you, and it will continue to serve you well. During your time at Lake Forest, you formed countless relationships. The relationships you formed during your time here may be among the most lasting and meaningful parts of your journey. Beyond the lessons learned from curriculum, you've learned how to support one another, how to listen, how to lead, and how to grow together. Friendships forged in classrooms, on athletic fields, on stages, and in quiet moments of encouragement have helped shape who you are today, and memories you created together, filled with laughter, shared accomplishments, and even tears, will stay with you long after you leave Lake Forest. Class of 2026, you, like I, are Spartans for life. That means many things and comes with a lot of responsibility. One thing it means is being a part of a community that stays with you long after you graduate. As a member of the class of 1993, it is especially meaningful to stand here today and see not just graduates preparing to walk this stage, but to see generations connected. Many of you are the children, grandchildren, nieces, and nephews of numerous Lake Forest alumni. That kind of connection is special, and it speaks to the heart of what it means to be a Spartan. It's about showing up for one another, taking pride in where you come from, and carrying those values into whatever comes next. Class of 2026, you are not only a graduating Spartan, but you are part of a legacy now. And no matter where life takes you, this community will always be a part of who you are. I'd like to take a moment to thank some very important people who made this day possible. To our superintendent, Dr. Lucas, our administrators, our teachers, and all of our staff, thank you for your leadership, dedication, guidance, and belief in these students. To my fellow board members, including Mrs. McCloskey, who is also the proud parent of a graduating senior, thank you for your stewardship and commitment to the future of our district. To the parents, guardians, and families of our graduates, thank you for the countless ways you've supported these graduates. The early mornings, the late nights, the encouragement, and the sacrifices you made in getting them this moment. And last but not least, to our graduates, thank you for letting me be a part of your special day. Here's where you're not going to like me. Now, as you step into what comes next, I'd like to offer some thoughts. I know you're all thinking, here we go again with advice we didn't ask for. Just know it comes from a place of love, and it's an unbreakable parental habit. First, don't be too quick to close doors. You may have a plan, and that's a great thing, but life has a way of offering unexpected opportunities. So keep an open mind. Be willing to explore new paths, even if they look intimidating and different from what you had planned. Some of the most meaningful experiences come from the unexpected. Second, commit to being a lifelong learner. Your education doesn't end today or after college, it evolves. The world will continue to change, and your willingness to keep learning, adapting, and growing will be one of your greatest strengths. And finally, Remember that success isn't just about where you end up, it's about how you get there. It's about your character, your work ethic, and how you treat others along the way. This is key right here. Right now, this world needs Spartans like you more than ever. Now, if you'll allow me just a brief personal moment to my daughter Madison and to the members of the class of 2026 that I know personally, either through my friendship with your parents, as your Harrington Parks and Rec coach, or your high school coach, or your friendships with Madison, I could not be more proud of the people you become. It's been a privilege to watch you grow. And I can't wait to see where life takes you next. Class of 2026, you are ready. Ready to take on new challenges, to keep learning, to stay open to what lies ahead, and to carry forward the proud tradition that is Lake Forest. Congratulations. We are proud of you. We believe in you. And we can't wait to see what you do next as Spartans for life. Thank you. This was long. All right, so now it is my distinct pleasure to introduce your class president, Abigail Sweet.
It is surreal to be standing in front of all of you today. My freshman self would have been terrified to even be thinking about giving a speech to my class. High school has truly prepared me for this moment. First, I'd like to welcome everyone here: family, friends, teachers, faculty. Whether you knew it or not, you helped us get here. So on behalf of all of us, thank you. And a special thank you to my parents, sisters, and friends. I wouldn't have made it without you. I'd like to congratulate my fellow classmates for making it to graduation. We survived. I may not know all of you as well as I know some of my best friends. However, we did experience similarities in growing up. Whether you went to North, South, or East, or anywhere else, I'm sure you remember the song, "What Does the Fox Say?" or the release of new Disney movies. The fear of DESA testing, the joy of your favorite specials class, or even just playing with your friends at recess. One of my core memories was the slow change of our dress code. Over time, the expansion helped us better express ourselves. I remember in elementary school wearing our navy blue, Carolina blue, and white polos. Personally, I wore dresses all year round, even in the snow, because I hated pants. Now I've grown to like pants, but dresses will always hold a special place in my heart. The first time I heard they were expanding the dress code to include Lake Forest shirts, it was crazy to even think about wearing something else. I was able to adjust to this change and actually enjoyed picking out my clothes after that, even though my mom did tell me I was terrible at matching my outfits. And she was right, but I was only 9 years old. Now I'm able to look back on those photos and make fun of my terrible fashion sense. Decisions from elementary school like these, as well as playing soccer at recess, joining the school play, chorus, or band, may have influenced you to continue it in high school. Now all of those small decisions show in you individually. With all the happy moments come some dreadful moments as well. For example, COVID. In middle school, we went from sitting in social studies class watching the pandemic unfold on CNN 10 to being sent home with a note saying this would be temporary. Before we knew it, we were finishing 6th grade online and starting 7th grade completely virtual. We slowly started coming back to school, but we never really got the middle school experience of trying new things or developing our social skills, so it was a little awkward to be normal. What I've come to realize is there never really was a normal. Life is messy, and things happen that we can't control. So take a breath and think it through. High school has taught me not to spray paint your rocket because it will fall apart as soon as it's airborne, and that some friends are forever while others grow with us until it's time for us to part. When I leave, I will never forget Mr. Sherman and his unique ways of storytelling. BPA field trips and competitions pushing me out of my comfort zone, playing Jeopardy in English class and shooting hoops for extra points, meeting one of my closest friends in AP government, or the way that our teachers always rooted for us. Even running the worst cross-country course on the day of homecoming freshman year. High school truly showed us how unexpected and challenging life can be. We grew up in a time that challenged us and allowed us to grow in unusual ways. We learned to adapt, discover ourselves, and how to persevere when things felt unclear. This is what makes the class of 2026 so special. We know how to push through hard times. So class of 2026, wherever life takes us next, I hope we remember the moments, the people, and the memories that got us there. Congratulations, we did it. I would now like to introduce our superintendent, Dr. Stephen Lucas.
Good evening, students, staff, family members, distinguished guests, and the Lake Forest High School class of 2026. I'm your superintendent, Stephen Lucas. I thank you so much for being here, and on behalf of the entire Lake Forest team, I thank you for entrusting us to mentor, teach, and lead the special young men and women in this class for more than the past decade. I'd like to begin my address this year by recognizing all of our active duty, military retirees, veterans, to stand along with graduates Davon Boyd, Braylon Elder, Razia Aloy, Landon Daly, Isabella Martz, Tyler Mitchell, Frederick Tolson, James Patrick, Stephen Swager, and Gavin Wright. Please join me in a round of applause for these great patriots. Please stand, veterans, and those entering the military. Thank you. I'd now like to recognize our 61 students who truly exceeded academic expectations by maintaining a cumulative grade point average of 92% or higher. Can I get all of those outstanding graduates to stand, please? 92% or higher, please stand for recognition. Thank you. Class of 2026 is an exceptional group. 179 of the students in front of you were on the honor roll at least once during the past 4 years. While this alone is impressive, 36 of our graduates have been on the honor roll every quarter of every year of high school. The students in the class of 2026 have already accumulated the equivalent of hundreds of college credits, even before stepping foot on a college campus, and have earned nearly $1.6 million in college scholarship money. The students of this class have excelled outside the classroom as well. Over the past 4 years, these students have completed thousands of volunteer service hours. They have performed in plays, concerts, and contests. Before us sit all-county and all-state chorus and band recognees and marching band state champions. The student athletes in this class have captured 9 Henlopen Southern Division championships and 3 Henlopen Conference championships. 5 teams with the students from this class have advanced at least as far as the state semifinals, including this year's volleyball team, which was the last public school standing in the state tournament. In fact, all of this year's fall sports teams qualified for the DIAA state tournament for the first time in sports history. 24 of the graduates before you are Henlopen Conference Scholar athletes. Please join me in congratulating the class of 2026 for their collective achievements. While the past 4 years for the class of 2026 have been productive, our Spartan graduates have many reasons to look forward to the future. For starters, the class of 2026 is the first class in a succession of graduating classes that is and will be smaller than the class before them. This fact, combined with the predicted exit from the workforce of larger generations, means their skills will be in high demand. The class of 2026 has the potential to be the first of many prospering generations. There's also a steady rise of skills-based hiring. This means, graduates, you're going to be able to compete for jobs based on what you can do more than what you know. Class of 2026 is the first digital generation, having been born the year the first iPhone was released. They are uniquely suited to lead in a future where technology will be an imperative. The students in this class are also part of a distinctly resilient generation. Think about your path, graduates. It wasn't exactly straight and narrow. You've had to deal with everything from a global pandemic to remote learning, school closures, social media, wisdom flexing, and hyper-fueling. You guys are mentally ready to respond to change and disruption. Finally, class of 2026, your graduating year coincides with the 250th anniversary of the birth of this great country. To quote Thurgood Marshall, this is your democracy. Make it, protect it, pass it on. Having responsibility for the continued success of America is a tough challenge, but I know you've got it. And I know you all are going to be both champions for and defenders of the greatest and most prosperous nation ever to exist, these United States. So from here on, let optimism, enthusiasm, and action rule your day. Class of 2026, your future is bright, and you have been well prepared by your parents, your teachers, and this great community to lead and succeed. Now, I can't let a moment pass without sharing a quote from my favorite book, and the one I have chosen for today goes like this: "The plans of the diligent lead you to profit." In other words, if you really want something, work for it, and through faith, the desires of your heart will be realized. I wish you the best today, class of 2026, and always. Cannot wait to see the great things you will do. Congratulations. Godspeed. I wish you fair winds and following seas. Thank you very much.
At this time, would the senior band members please join the band for their final time as Lake Forest band members for a musical selection? At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Matthew Pugh, who will now present the salutatorian for the class of 2026.
Good evening. I am Matthew Pugh, a social studies teacher here at the high school. It's my honor to introduce this year's salutatorian, Gabriella Gigi Rosano. I first had the pleasure of teaching Gigi as a freshman in my honors civics and geography class. From the very beginning, she was a quiet, focused student who went about her work with consistency and purpose. While she didn't seek attention, she absolutely commanded it through her performance. Finishing the course with the highest average, even when challenges arose and I thought she might slip behind, Gigi would simply smile and say her patented phrase, "I got you, Pew Pew." And without fail, she did. Always with precision, effort, and attention to detail. Over the past 4 years, I have watched Gigi's quiet determination grow into something even more remarkable. A confident, charismatic leader, she has served in multiple leadership roles within the Lake Forest FFA, including vice president, secretary, historian, and most notably, she served as the 2025-2026 Lake Forest School FFA president. In addition, she also served as president of the Lake Forest National Honor Society chapter for the 2025-2026 school year, reflecting the trust and respect she has earned from both her peers and staff alike. Gigi's commitment extends beyond leadership titles. She has dedicated countless hours to her agricultural projects throughout FFA, to include exhibiting dairy cows and lambs at both the Delaware State Fair and various shows around the county and state, demonstrating her responsibility, work ethic, and pride in her work year after year. What makes Gigi truly stand out, however, is her growth from a soft-spoken student into a respected and influential leader within our school community. She has shown that leadership does not require volume, it requires consistency, integrity, and heart. This fall, Gigi will continue her journey at Texas Tech University, where she will major in kinesiology. I knew I was going to mess it up. I'm sorry, y'all. Kinesiology, there we go. And there is no doubt she will bring the same level of dedication and excellence to everything she pursues. It is my honor and privilege to present the salutatorian of the Lake Forest High School class of 2026, Gabriella Gigi Rosano.
Good evening, everybody. When I started thinking about this speech, I kept asking myself one question. What do we actually need to hear right now? And honestly, I don't think we need another speech telling us we are the future. Because after 4 years of high school, most of us still panic when a teacher says, find a partner. Especially when it's someone we don't know. The truth is, I think what we need to hear is this. None of us are ever going to feel fully ready for what comes next. Not for college, not for moving away, not for new jobs, new people, or completely starting over. And that's terrifying. But growing up, whenever I was afraid to do something difficult, my mom would always tell me, you only need 10 seconds of courage. Just 10 seconds. 10 seconds to raise your hand, 10 seconds to to walk into a room, 10 seconds to send the application, make the call, take the chance, or say yes to something that scares you. Because after those 10 seconds, the hardest part is over. You've already committed, you've already proven to yourself that fear does not get the final say. I think that's something our class understands better than most. Over the last 4 years, we've all had moments where we doubted ourselves. Moments where we felt unprepared, uncertain, or afraid of failing. But somehow, step by step, test by test, awkward presentation by awkward presentation, we made it here. Not because we had everything figured out, but because we kept going anyway. And maybe that's what courage actually is. Not being fearless, but deciding that something matters more than fear. As we leave high school, there's a lot of pressure to know exactly who we are and what our future looks like. People constantly ask what we want from the world, what career we want, what success looks like, where we're headed. But maybe we're asking the wrong question. Maybe it's not about what the world has for us, but more about what we have for the world. What kind of people we'll become. What kind of impact we'll leave, whether we choose kindness, leadership, compassion, and courage, when it would be easier not to. Because the world doesn't change because people feel ready. It changes because ordinary people decide to step forward before they feel prepared. People who are scared, uncertain, and imperfect, but willing to try anyway. And someday, years from now, nobody is going to remember whether we had every detail of our lives planned out at 18. But people will remember how we made them feel. They'll remember the risks we took, the kindness we showed, the courage we had to walk into the unknown anyway. So class of 2026, when life puts something difficult, unfamiliar, or frightening in front of you, I hope you remember this. You do not need to be fearless. You do not need to be fully ready. You only need 10 seconds of courage, 10 seconds to take the first step, 10 seconds to say yes, 10 seconds to believe you may be capable of more than you think. And after that, the scary part is over. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2026. I would now like to welcome Mrs. Elise Laws to introduce this year's valedictorian.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mrs. Elise Laws, and I've been the choral director for the past 10 years and the previous theater director for the past 9 years at Lake Forest High School. Thank you. I have had a front row seat to Kaylee's incredible growth for all 4 years of her high school journey. During her time here, Kaylee has distinguished herself as both an exceptional student and a dedicated artist. As a section leader in chorus, she leads not with volume, but with quiet strength, consistency, and kindness. On stage, Kaylee has brought depth, heart, and authenticity to every character that she portrays. Sarah Brown in Guys and Dolls, Mrs. Scarlet in Clue, and Hellicent in Sleeping Beauty the Musical, and Morticia in Addams Family. Yeah. Academically, Kaylee is equally extraordinary, earning high honor roll recognitions, National Honor Society member, Student Council Secretary, and Vice President of the class of 2026. Outside of Lake Forest High School, she earned selection into the Delaware All-State Chorus, the National Chorus in New York City, and has run for Miss Teen Delaware. She's the kind of student every teacher hopes for. She's driven, she's thoughtful, and always striving to reach her full potential. And yet, what makes Kaylee truly remarkable is not just what she achieves, it's how she grows. There have been moments behind the scenes, in the quietness of the backstage or in my office, where Kaylee questioned herself. She wondered if she was good enough. But what defines her is that she never lets those moments stop her. Deep down, she always believed in herself, and over time, that belief grew into confidence. Kaylee may be soft-spoken, but don't let that fool you. She is strong, determined, deeply kind, a leader who lifts others and leads by example. It's been one of the greatest joys of my career to watch her grow from the little orphan in Annie, trying to point her perfect little toes and grab my attention, into the strong, confident, and beautiful young woman that she is today. Please join me in welcoming a talented performer, an outstanding scholar, and a really inspiring leader, the class of 2026 valedictorian, Kaylee McDowell.
Hi. I wanted to start by saying congratulations. It took our whole lives to get to this point. Every project, failure, success led to this moment. I hope you all are so proud of your achievements and the people you've become, and I'm so excited to see where the next chapter takes so many of us. I can honestly say I wouldn't change a thing about the past 4 years. The laughing every day in the cafeteria, the hours past midnight sobbing in front of a computer screen, and the countless people I've come across along the way have shaped me into who I am. I have, however, realized one small thing I wish I knew sooner. And that one thing is what I chose as important to share with you all today. I learned that a successful person, no matter where or what they pursue, loves running the race as much as crossing the finish line. They embrace work and struggle just as much as they celebrate the win. And I think if there's anything I wish I would have done a little more in high school, it would have been to find more joy in the mundane things. I would have been more grateful for the late nights and hard exam. Don't get me wrong, I still wouldn't recommend AP Music Theory to anyone who likes sleep. And any science class after 8th grade had me beat. But I never quit music theory because I loved to sing. And I looked forward to early morning science because Dr. Holmes was always waiting with the biggest smile on her face. And no matter where you go after this, know that progress is 99% of your life. And what everyone else gets to see is the 1%. This is the 1%. This is the 1%. So make sure your 99 is everything you could ever want, because your 1% is only a small piece of you. And before I go, I want to thank all of my teachers and faculty here at Lake Forest who've encouraged me, challenged me, and taught me more than I could have imagined. I also want to thank my mom, because she's the best woman I know. So sorry. Yeah. And her determination and character inspires me every day. And lastly, I want to thank God, because he's the reason I'm able to give this speech and pursue what's next. Congratulations to us. The friendships and the memories made in the past 4 years will always hold a special place in my heart. Each and every one of you is here for a reason, and I pray that all of us learn to love the road to finding it. Congrats again, and thank you.
At this time, would the senior chorus members please join the chorus for their final performance as member of the Lake Forest High School Choral Program. Parent presenters, please make your way to the seats behind the administration to my right. And now, Dr. Ravello will present the class of 2026.
As principal, I'll give them a minute. Everybody had to hug Miss Laws. As principal of Lake Forest High School, and by the authority vested in me by the Lake Forest Board of Education and the state of Delaware, I hereby certify that the members of the class of 2026 have successfully completed all requirements for graduation and are entitled to receive their diploma from the state of Delaware. It is my honor and privilege to present to you the Lake Forest High School class of 2026. And now we will present the diplomas, the moment that you've all been waiting for.
Abigail Mary Sweet. Kaylee Lauren McDowell. Madison Elizabeth Rao. Sophia Adriana Marquez. Rylan Ray Rust. Cameron Rose Lopez. Gabriela Elise Rosano. Bryce Michael Perna. Kennedy Marie Lewis. Jerusalem A. King Howard. Pacey Elizabeth Hall. Noah Colin Calvello. No. Yahya Sharif Ahmad Stats. Martha Perina Francine Algara Ramos. Aiden Carl Allen. Hannah Paige Boyer. Alana Janae Carey. Julian Michael Chrisman. Angelina Ray Chikanowitz. Neftali Kyle Clerge. Mia Antonia Cristaldi. Ava Carolyn Gallo. Talon Scott Girardi. Bailey Ray Glandon. Bradley Hunter Jackson. Brianna Nicole Kelball. Ashley Elizabeth Klotz. Rylan Shea McCloskey. Justice William Moritz. Jonathan Jax Osika Jr. Daniel Gar Owens. Caitlin Joanne Pierce. Avery Elizabeth Porter. Alexis Renee Rowland. Daniel James Salerno. Caden Paige Shockley. Rebecca Ann Weller. Hannah Grace Wood. Colton Landry Wyatt. Daniel Acevedo Epperson. Hannah Joelle Alexander. Vasco Algaro Ramos. Layla Shalise Armstrong. Daniel Michael Bainham. Ava Renee Bergeron. Megan Elizabeth Berry. Alyssa Ann Patricia Billings. Eugene William Bland. Olivia Joe Ray Bland. Walter Davis Bond Gidry. Davon David Boyd. Damian Brewington Jr. Peyton Grace Brode. Franklin Thomas Brown. Coy Philly Mary Brown. Paige Michelle Campbell. David William Carey Jr. Janiyah Carter McLeod. Sanai Zaid Shavu Red. Gavin Elijah Christopher. Shanera Renee Clark. Aiden Key Coates. Dagan Kai Coates. Ava Elaine Cohen. Josiah Storm Cole. Nikolai Maximus Collins. Lanaya Serenity Cotman. Savannah Nicole Cropper. Nathan William Dagowitz. Alan Ryan Danley. Allen's Wenkarmi Durisma. Sebastian De Jesus David. Brianna Lynn Del Orfis. Noble Michael Dill. Zakila Ranice Dorsey. Madison Leanne Durham. Braylon Michael Elder. Rosiah Eloy. Nathan Thomas Emery. Layla Angel England. Marlon Deshawn Farlow. Thomas Finfinger. Matthew Fink. John Forbes. Alani Michelle Francis. Ashley Victoria Frank. Jessica Lynn Freitas. Nyana Nichelle Freeman. Rayshawn Myron Gibbs. Gabriella Starr Gibson. Aubrey Lyric Gill. Danica Emma Gillespie. Xavion Gibbs. Amber Jamaris Gomez Toro. Javion Gomez Toro. Autumn Lee Gore. Caleb Derek Graydon. Sebastian Elir Gray. Wani Green. LaJayla Marie Gwynn. Sean Redmond Gunderson. Shayla Rose Gunderson. Indio Fatine Hagan. Dominique Herman Hall, Jr. Carissa Janelle Harmon. Carlos Manrique Herrera Perez. Jacob Taylor Hewitt. Angela Rose Hickman. Devasia Diamond Hicks. Spencer Hitchens. Bay Ho. Julian Cyril Anthony Hockensmith. Darius Lorenzo Hovington. Michael Daniels Howard. Taryn Lisa Maureen Hudson. Alyssa Nevea Ray Humphreys. Caitlin Ruth Heisen. Liliana Renee Broadway. Colin Russell Jester. Kaylee Ann Johnson. Joseph Reginaldi Johnson, Jr. Obama Josiah Johnson. Richard Michael Jones, Jr. Melanie Adele Jordan. Milan Shanera Joyner. Ayana Lee Joins. Jasmine Anaya Joins Ayers. Devin Averill Kellner. Kaylin Marie Corona. Thomas James Larimore. Nyla Rose LeBron. William Legros. Makai Tykeem Levins.
Chase Anthony Lewis.
Christina Marie Lewis. Alakai Malik Long. Angel David Lopez Gonzalez. Kevin Alejandro Lopez Gonzalez. Summer Marie Mahaffey. Angelina Paige Marrero. Jada Renee Marsh. Delaney Reese Martin. Molly Martinez Lewis. Isabella Rose Inez Martz of the U.S. Army. William Chase Mall. Juliana Isabella McLeod Martinez. All right. Cameron Alexander McCrae. Zion Nylea McKnight. Tyler Hooper Mitchell. Luis Montezuma Jr. Riley Renee Monahan. Samira. They changed my name. Kiera Samira Moore. Morgan Sherdon Anthony Morris. Sean Michael Mundorf. Ariana Rosa Isela Munoz. Ian Pierce Nance II. Cole Mackay Brian O'Day. I changed my paper. Emily Johanna Odegaard. Annabella Marie Ola. Gavin Troy Ordway. Come on, Gavin. Henry Robert Parker. Jackson William Parson. I think he. I'll taste them later. Sky Elizabeth Passwaters. James Clayton Patrick. Marcus Pettyjohn. Rachel Noel Piccone. Navon Pierce Parker. Anastasia Elizabeth Alicia Prieto. Matthew Deshay Pritchett. Aaron Michael Ratledge. Centavia Latoya Reed. Jovante Jesus Frank Reed. Chloe Bell Ravel. Barry Jonathan Jaleel Reynolds Jr. Michaela Elise Riggins. Mackenzie Celeste Riley. Megan Elizabeth Rinkenberg. Miles Faith Rivera. Ella Catherine Rose Robbins. Carter Bay Robbins. Peyton Riley Robinson. Demarion Admiral Russ. Colby Roger Ryle. Kaylee Courtney Ryle. Jihad Sampson. Skylar Ray Sanford. Raymond Lee Scheifel. Elijah Scott. Julian Thomas Scott. Tamarin Zaquan Selby. Ryan Michael Shehorn. Kanaz Nehemiah Shelton. Keo Renee Singleton. Carmen Marie Smith. Jada Audrey Smith Hazard. Jordan Andreas Durrell Smith. Alexis Renee Stark. Teresa Tommy Danielle Satuti. Ava Saya Sterner. Mackenzie Victoria Stevens. Drew Henry Stevenson. Spencer James Sertikowski. Stephen Patrick Swagger. Carlianis Charlotte Tapia Romero. Janasia Serenity Tilden. Frederick Deshaun Tolson Jr. Rena Lynn Troop. Jason Adam Tucker. Ava Grace Turner. Ready? Jaden Devane Walls. Georgia Aaron Walls. Richard Joseph Waltell. Savannah Rosalind Woodward. Ava Jean Ware. Peyton Bryce Weeks. Asiani Lamai Wells. Josiah DeAnthony West. Rymir Rick West. Imani Williamson. Justin Andrew Wise. Serenity Lynn Worrell. Taylor Michelle Wright. Irsa Zainab. Liliana Rose Zorn.
Yep, I'll mutter. At this time, we ask that everyone stand and join us for the singing of the alma mater, which may be found in your program.
Staff, graduates, when I call the staff after we do the tassel, I'm going to call the staff to leave, but you are to stay seated, so just remember that, okay? Abigail, are you behind me? Oh, here she is. Okay. Class of 2026, graduates, you have worked hard, persevered through challenges, celebrated successes, and reached this important milestone. The tassel you wear today is a symbol of your achievement and all that you have accomplished. Class of 2026, by the authority vested in me, by the Lake Forest School District Board of Education and the state of Delaware, I hereby declare you officially graduated from Lake Forest High School. Don't wait. Here. Right there.
By tradition, I now ask you to move your tassels from the right side to the left, signifying your transition from students to graduates. You may turn your tassels.
Congratulations, graduates. You may throw your hat if you like. All right, graduates, please have a seat for a moment. Please have a seat for a moment.
Graduates, as you collect your caps, you are going to wait for Mr. Morris and Miss Leone to lead you out. We would like to thank everyone for attending this evening, and please remain standing upon its completion as our graduates are led off the field by our Board of Education, administration, and faculty. Congratulations, class of 2026.